Something spooky is coming to Bloons TD6, and it's Elite Bloonarius, actually, because Ninja has decided to not spare us again from these crazy bosses that they're doing. So let me show you guys the rules on this week's event. We're playing Elite Bloonarius with 300% boss health. I think this comes out to be like, what, 120 million at the end? And if that's not enough, look at the towers. It's primary only with farms. That's it. A primary only 300% Elite Bloonarius. That is insane. Now, to be fair, they're starting us off with, I think it was about $4,000, and it's not like the primaries are that weak nowadays because we recently got the Bomb Paragon, and I think this is going to be the perfect game in which we're going to try and see it. Although it's a little bit on the more, mid-upper range, I guess, with the price tag, and so it's probably going to come in the later tiers. So I was just thinking how I want to defend these early tiers. So we're looking at likely the tag zone for the tier 1 in combination with the super buildup, although 300% HP is insane, so we might want to bump up with a couple of overdrives as well. Okay, so a lot of blue balloons. Let me just drop a tag like this. We're going for a tag zone anyway, so this is where the tag zone is going to get placed, I think. And then right about now, I was thinking we get like maybe one more 200 farm, and then we're going for a lot of marketplaces, basically as many as we can fit before the tier 1 arrives. So nothing too complicated, nothing that you guys have not seen so far in terms of farming. All right, around 39, this is looking great so far. We've got 13 marketplaces, I'm pretty sure. The defense is up and running. We've got 20k, and this is getting me a little concerned, honestly. So Ninja Kiwi knew that this was going to be happening. Like, they actually want us to farm this much, and I'm just like, what is this boss going to be doing to us that they're allowing us to farm this much? So let's start off with the tag zone. The tag zone is obviously not going to be able to do it by itself, but if we give it the super build, usually this is an insane combo. So let's do we want to let this thing produce for a couple more rounds or what? I don't think so, actually. Let's sell a couple of farms just so we get to the super build. I think that's gonna be fine, and I'll just watch the HP bar of the boss. Yeah, this is getting melted for sure. I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna be enough to defend all of these the small balloons in ceramic, so I'm just gonna go like this, just buy a boomer. Actually, we should help it out by doing this, maybe like the primary training, because +1 pierce goes a very long way onto the tag zone. Yeah, honestly, this is way too much damage. The tag zone is just so good, especially versus a boss like Bloonarius. Like, imagine this was face. Obviously it doesn't work. Blasty, maybe it's nice. I mean, the thing that I really love about this is that it's dealing with the small balloons and all the ceramic leftovers, and there we go. That was actually a pretty simple tier 1. All right. Okay, so let's actually turn off all the start, and let's redo the farming. I think these two are going to be able to handle 43 by themselves, and let's see what we can make happen with the farming. So I'm going to sell all of these marketplaces to start things off, and then here's how I want to proceed, because I want to have the village like this, but I want to mark the spot basically on the village. So I think it's going to be here like this. Yeah, so just like that, it's going to be a Minneapolis with one farm inside it, and then if we can use all these discount villages to buy even more small farms with their discounts, that's gonna be nice before selling them. So go like this, then one like this. Are there any other ways of farming now that I'm looking at this? I mean, I know that the Nomad upgrade makes a little bit of money, but I think that train has sailed because you want to leak some lives through that thing. But other than that, yeah, I think we're just gonna keep everything like this. We should have the Banana Central in a second. Yeah, so around 50 sounds about right if my math is correct. So go like this. There we go, getting the Banana Central. Now we're just gonna spam a bunch of 420 farms. I know the boss is coming out in like 10 rounds, but I think we're still going for 420 farms. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 4k they gave us at the start is basically saving this whole thing. I'm not sure if this is necessary. Like, maybe the other tiers become so crazy that if you don't farm like this, because there have been bosses like that in the past for sure, they give you some hope in the early rounds. They're like, listen, you can beat this thing no problem, and then you get to like the tier 5 or something like that, and it's got so much HP that, all the money in the world is not doing it. So let's stop like this then. Round 57, just the Banana Central with the Minneapolis, and then a bunch of 420 farms, and I think we're gonna save a little bit of cash because we need to make a decision on what we're doing for the tier 2. So here's something that I know for a fact that I want to have. It's gonna be the tag zone and super real combo, again, because this thing just does so much damage. It's gonna erase like hundreds of thousands of HP, no problem. But the thing is, what else do you buy? Because obviously the Paragons are a little bit too expensive, and there are not that many primary towers that do well. So I don't know, do you spam overdrive or something like that? Is that the thing? Let's actually oh my god, that's 1,000,000 HP on the tier 2. I didn't realize it's gonna be that much. Oh, I see why they're giving us so much cash now. Alright, the single tag zone is just doing this thing. That's basically it. Alright, I get why we're making so much money and things looked so good at the start. Yeah, this is just not happening unless you're buying. I'm gonna buy like 1,000,000 overdrives over here. Hopefully everyone's in the range of the village for the +1 pierce. First calls out, that's fine. We seem to be doing a decent amount of damage, honestly, now that this guy's gonna start, coming in a little bit with all these overdrives, being able to attack. stack. Plus the super brilliant combo is nice. Actually, you know what? I'm forgetting this thing. I'm forgetting the embrittlement. They do stack the super brilliant in the embrittlement, and you get like +1 extra damage, which with all these projectiles with attacks, I think it's fine. And let's also keep buying up farms so that we don't mess up the economy for the upcoming tiers, because if this is how we're defending tier 2, then the tier 3 is gonna have to be a Paragon, right? Alright, so about halfway there, but the thing is, Blooners is gonna leave the range of the tag zone, which is doing the most amount of damage. So maybe we rebuy one of these guys into the tag zone, I was thinking. So let's buy this thing, the BRF here on the side. And I think we go now. So maybe buy like this guy so that when he comes back on the left side, he gets damaged as well. And of course, just don't forget to keep farming, so keep these BRFs up and running. And how is it looking? I feel like this might have done it, guys. I'm gonna buy the more glaives just for some extra cleanup on the small balloons. Plus, he's gonna remain on the field after we sell all of our overdrives. And that is gonna be 1.5 HP bar left. Are we dealing with the small balloons is my question. With all these cults, we seem to be doing so, and buying the tag zone here seemed to have been a good choice. Yeah, so whenever he summons the skull, basically all these balloons are coming into the tag zone. So I think, yeah, this is gonna be the last one. So as soon as we deal with all of these guys, there we go. That's a tier 2. Alright, so there's not a problem basically that these tags cannot solve, huh? Well, I guess if it's like the tier 1 or tier 2 boss, then let's yeah, the all start is off. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's wait for this round to finish, then we're gonna have to sell all of these guys and then just put all the money back into farming. So let's sell everyone, and actually looking at the money that we're gonna get back, so it's like 77k. But what this tells me is that this was a pretty cheap defense for the tier 2. So thankfully the boss is Blooners actually, because some other bosses, they do have some requirements for them for sure. Alright, so what's the plan for the upcoming rounds? Well, just spam the entirety of the map with BRFs basically, and that's about it. I'm gonna drop the Banana Farmer Pro actually, although I'm gonna have this guy the top path because I'm buying it for convenience basically. We don't want to be generating extra cash from it, so have it like this. Buy the Robo Farmer, there we go. One of the best additions to BT6, by the way, hands down. Even if you don't know how to make a lot of money in these boss events, you go for the mid path. But obviously for this one, we're not gonna go for the mid path, but just the top path. Just, you know, the convenience factor is so nice with this tower. It's coming out, guys. How much HP is this guy gonna have? Now I did buy all these sacrificial darts, but I'm gonna use the extra crossbow master monkey knowledge basically to get a higher degree on the dart paragon, and that's going to be 6 million. That's ridiculous. I think this does this beat some tier 4s actually, and this is only the tier 3, keep in mind. So this is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be 37. I thought it was actually gonna be the 40s this degree, but 37 should be fine by itself. And then obviously we have to go for the boomer for sure. We have to go for, yeah, the bomb obviously, but then I don't know, is this gonna be enough? Because it's like 6 million at the tier 3. I'm pretty sure that this specific dart paragon that we currently have on the field is gonna be enough versus this tier. So you know, the tier 3 should get taken care of without any issues. I mean, it's gonna take a while, it seems like, because usually, you know, you buy something like a degree 20 on the dart, for example, and it just eats up the boss, and you're like, okay, this wasn't even close. Now it's a 37, and it's struggling, guys. 37 is like, it's fighting for its life. I mean, it's gonna do the thing for sure, but yeah, I can definitely notice the increase of HP. So I'm just wondering how crazy these upcoming tiers are gonna get. I feel like tier 4 is still gonna be super doable with, like, I don't know, if we can get something like a degree 60 on the boomer, that's probably gonna solve it, right? Yeah, 2 HP bars left. It's struggling, guys. It's doing the thing, but it's struggling. So yeah, let's get ready for the boomer paragon then, because I think we're pretty much done with farming. Almost the entirety of the space has been filled out, but we want to leave some spots for the sacrificial towers for the paragons. So I'm just gonna get this guy as the glaive lord. And yeah, that was actually tier 3 without too much hassle with it. So it's just a simple dart paragon. We like those. We're gonna take those, even though it's gonna take a little bit of a while. And there goes the tier 3. So for the tier 4, my plan is glaive dominus. It gets like a 10% attack speed buff to all of the primary paragons, which we absolutely love. And here it comes. Let's get the more domination like this. Get the glaive dominus, and I'm gonna put do we put all the money into this thing? Sure. We need about a 60. How much are we getting? 61. That's perfect. Alright, so this guy's gonna be the one. 61 on the boomer, 37 on the dart with the extra 10% attack speed from the boomer paragon. The economy is doing fine, honestly. 1.4 million. We should be able to buy a decent degree on the bomb paragon for the tier 5. And if you guys are looking at the HP, by the way, 24 million for the tier 4. This is nuts. That is a lot of HP. This is a beefy boss. Again, thankfully this is only elite Blooners, because if it's anything else and it's primary only, that might be a huge problem depending on what paragon it is in question. But so far, I especially love the glaive dominus, and especially love him versus Blooners, because Blooners spawns all these balloons. It's not only spawns on skulls, but it's like at every single percent of HP that he loses. And so the glaive dominus is homing glaives actually just go through everyone. They seek out the balloons, and they kind of you know, get one responsibility ability off of your back, if it makes sense. But yeah, 2 HP bars left, 2 skulls. This is gonna be a, I was gonna say a fast clear. It's not a fast clear by any means. It's round 109, so likely, I don't know, 110 when we clear this thing out. So definitely not a fast one, but it's gonna happen. And let's get ready for something like this for the tier 5 as well. So I'm gonna start, let's actually wait for the boss pop, and then we're gonna start buying up all these components for the bomb paragon. But yeah, there it is. Okay, so 110 seemed to be the round in which we defeated this guy. There goes the tier 4, and let's finally see how the tier 5 is gonna look like, how much HP. I think it's gonna be 120 million HP actually, and then how we can deal with this thing, because I feel like the bomb paragon is a must, right? And this is pretty much it, guys. I bought all the sacrificial towers for the bomb paragon. Let me just sell all these farms and see how the economy has been doing the past rounds. I mean, it's looking fine, 4.2, so let's put all the money into this thing. That's gonna be about 2 million that you can put, and it's coming out to be a degree 61. Okay, that's great. Now here's the thing, 60 on the boomer, 60 on the bomb. Let's get the tack one as well. For this one, I'm just gonna put the money into this thing because I think we do have the damage now with this crazy degree in the bomb. That's a 56. All right, we can also get the super build. Let's have it like this, and guys, I think this is pretty much it. So all the possible paragons, everyone is on the field, and that's 120 million HP that we have to go through. So let me have the bomb paragon on strong, so it's only focusing down at the boss. I'm just gonna keep using the Moab, or actually the ISAP M ability. Let's also keep dumping the meteor and the ability from the attack. I'm gonna have this thing on strong as well. Let's actually see how much damage the meteor is gonna do from the attack now. That is, I was not able to see how much damage that thing did. Alright, so how about the ISAP M ability now? Yeah, you can see it on the HP bar a little bit for sure. Oh, how is this looking actually, guys? So we doing this thing? Because this is only the first skull, and the boss is like on top of all of our towers. Oh, should we have bought some? Oh, wait, actually, what else can you buy is my question. Like, the only thing left is maybe a higher degree on the dart, which is pretty much it. I mean, maybe we can do it right now. Let's sell it then, and let's just do the same things to rebuy it, but just put all the money possible into it. So this should be a lot more than 37. That is a 59. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is pretty much it, right? So you just, what are you supposed to do? Just spam the abilities from the paragons, and then just, it's gonna win? And yeah, this is pretty much it. There's nothing else that you can do. This is all there is to it. So pretty much, they're not maxed out, obviously, all these paragons, but all of them are pretty high degree, and this is it. All the 4 primary paragons in action versus a bot. It's a mess on screen, by the way. But yeah, the primaries can actually do it, especially because, you know, they kind of have a synergy between them. So the boomer is buffing all of them, and then you get all these abilities. The ISAP ability is really nice versus the boss. I mean, the boss is taking a turn, by the way. He's on the other side, so this might take a little bit longer than we'd expected. I should be a little bit more disciplined with the ability now that I think about this. So let me just make sure I'm spamming all these abilities off cooldown. Yeah, so 3 HP bars left and 3 skulls left. This is going fine, but it's gonna take a while. So I'm pretty sure the boss is gonna take the turn, and then he's gonna come on this horizontal track. And that's pretty much where we're gonna be popping it, right? And yeah, so just keep dumping the abilities. That is 2 skulls and 2 HP bars left, which is basically another mini Bloonarius inside of it when you think about this. So if we were to start the elite Bloonarius, we have, well, actually a little bit less HP than this, but yeah, it's about how much HP we have. It's 40 million, the basic one. Now that is wild how beefy they've made this, guys. It has the last skull and the last HP bar. I'm just gonna set the bomb paragon to first in case, you know, all these summons, they kind of leak a little bit through. I'm gonna use the ability as well, so let's eliminate the bad Bloons as the summons, and now go back on strong. And this is it, guys. We actually do it. This was what Ninja Kiwi intended, and I'm gonna be honest, this was a fun one. Yeah, so you were supposed to farm that hard, and you were supposed to farm all these degree 60 on the paragons because the damage just would not have been there. But we do get it done, and that was a great showcase with the bomb paragon as well. Finally, we did get to use this thing in a game and in actually a fun boss. And that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.